Elizabeth, Countess of Low Carb, and on this episode we're going to do a full day of easy keto eating with my macros calculated at the end, coming up next. Hey, it's Elizabeth, Countess of Low Carb, and on this episode I'm going to do easy keto eating, a full day of keto. What do we eat on the ketogenic diet? And at the end, I'm going to calculate my macros for you so you can visually see what all the fats, proteins, and obviously carbs or net carbs are for what I ate. But if you love this video, smash that like button or dance your thumbs down like it's 1997 doing Super Mario Brothers. And click the like button, click subscribe if you want to see all things keto, all things intermittent fasting. And sign up for my free weekly keto meal plan. It's the Keto Diet Meal Plan emailed to you for free, along with my intermittent fasting. Now let's dive into the content. So we are getting ready to go on a plane to go to Nashville to visit our foster mentee, but I started the day off with lots of caffeine. I went to Starbucks and got a Trenta iced coffee, no classic, which is the sugar, and just a little bit of heavy cream added. I also got a Trenta iced green tea, no classic, and it was amazing. The iced Trenta green tea is my new favorite thing, but it does have a lot of caffeine in it. Just heads up, I didn't realize that, so. So I added lugols into my coffee. If you notice, I did 5 drops of the 5% lugols. That's the particular dose I like, as I do have hypothyroidism. That is down in the description link below. So for the lugols, I'm using out the rest of my J. Crows, and I'm switching over to the Miss Lizzie brand. We are getting ready to hop on a plane to go to Nashville, Tennessee, and then drive over to Memphis, Tennessee. I am desperately trying to maintain a 24-hour fast. I am so hungry, but more so stressed out about flying with a 3-year-old who's right there, my hot husband who's coming. So I've been really being intentional to have Perrier. We just got a soda stream, so I don't have to keep like wasting bottles. Do any of you guys have the soda stream? Put in the comments below. I'm super curious if I'm going to like it or not. I think I'm going to. But I'm going to have my first keto meal and my keto food at the airport, and I'm hoping that we can find like a burger place, a steak place, a Chipotle. I feel like we can. So when you travel, what's your favorite keto meal to get? I'm very, very curious. I wish I had planned this out a little bit better, but hey, this is easy keto. This is easy keto, and can I pick it to hit my macros for the day? I'm pretty sure I can. So my intention was to do a 24-hour fast. I didn't quite make it that far. I made it to a 20-hour fast. At the airport, I ended up having a burger with pimento cheese with it. It came with a pickle, but I didn't eat the pickle. So that's what I had before we got on the airplane, and broke my 20-hour fast. Airplane, I ended up having some keto snacks. I did end up having some of my Trader Joe's pumpkin seeds, which I loved. That whole bag, I only had 1/4 of a cup. My son and I did end up splitting those, so I didn't eat the whole portion that I showed. I also did have the Flying G beef jerky too. I love that brand. That will be in the description link below too. So I did end up having those. It wasn't a super amount of food, so I did go to bed hungry the night of travel. I did end up having lots of Perrier and Pellegrino that we stopped off at a 7-Eleven or like a CVS, like a convenience store, before we got to our hotel. So I did have tons of water and Perrier before going to bed. And I am so proud of our foster mentee. That was his graduation. We were proud foster mentees over here.
15. And 18.
16. Yay! morning because I wanted to show you 24 hours of eating on the ketogenic diet. We did end up going to an awesome restaurant called First Watch in Nashville. It's amazing. If you have not been, I would recommend you going. I had the eggs Benedict, but instead of having it on bread, I asked to have it on extra salad. So I had it with salad with some bacon. It was so filling and so delicious. And I had it with coffee. I did ask because the creamer there, they had like the powder, like the junk creamer, you know what I'm saying? The junk. So I did end up asking for some heavy cream, and they did have a better creamer to use than those like packaged ones. I like having heavy cream. So anyways, my tip for you there for having your keto coffee is ask and you shall receive. Ask for heavy cream. If you're not wanting what is there, they may sometimes have it in back, which is frequently my experience. If I ask, sometimes they have other creamers, better choices of creamers that are more full fat and less chemicals in it. Okay, let's do the macro breakdown, macro calculations for the ketogenic diet, my full day of eating on the keto diet. Let's talk macros. So the first thing was my burger. My burger I'm counting as 0 net carbs. I'm counting it as 6.5 ounces of beef. And what I use, guys, is, let me show you what I use. I literally use Carb Manager Premium. So there's a free version of Carb Manager and then there's Premium, which you pay for. So I like to track it on my phone. Sometimes I am tactile though, and I write it out, either or, whichever way works well for you. Back in the day, I used to use my FitnessPal, but have since converted to Carb Manager because the premium, the paid one, because it's so much easier. Like it just saves so much time. And normally I don't track my macros, meaning fats, proteins, carbs, net carbs. Normally I do lazy keto, which is not tracking, but I've gotten into a little tracking spurt here. Sometimes it vacillates between tracking and not tracking. So the bottom line is, thine own self be true. Do what's best for you. Do what's best for your body on this easy keto journey. Some people it's easier not to track. Some people it is, whatever. Do what's best for you. But I wanted to share with you the macros so you can visually see what it looks like. If you're new out here, I do encourage you to track your macros. I have a great macro video. Just go to Counts of Low Carb on YouTube on the main page and then just type in my search videos on the main page for my macros video. It's a great easy resource to calculate your own macros if you want to figure that out of how much your protein is and how much your fat is. So the burger that I had, I'm counting it as 80%. It was 6.5 ounces, 0 net carbs, 0 fat, 30 grams of fat, 47 grams of protein. The pimento cheese, which is amazing, I'm counting that as 1/3 of cup, is 8 net carbs or 8 carbs, 15 grams of fat, and 5 grams of protein. My pumpkin seeds, my keto snack on the airplane, that was 1/4 a cup, was 2 net carbs or 4 carbs. It's 14 grams of fat and 9 grams of protein. My next thing was my flying G Jerky, which is also in the description link below. I'm counting that 2.75 ounce portion was 0 carbs or 0 net carbs, 2 grams of fat, and 16 grams of protein. The next day I had that eggs Benedict, 2 of them. I did not have it on a bun, which is great because Carb Manager Premium helps you figure that out. So I had 6, and I'm not sponsored by them, by the way, guys. This is just me loving their product. 6 net carbs or 10 carbs, 51 grams of fat, and 31 grams of protein. I had a half of an avocado, which is 1 net carb or 6 carbs, depending, 10 grams of fat, and 1 gram of protein. I had 6 pieces of bacon, which was 1 net carb, 1 carb, or 18 grams of fat, and 18 grams of protein. For a drum roll of, for my full day, my 24 hours of keto eating, was 19 net carbs or 31 grams of carbs, 160 grams of fat, and 129 grams of protein. Now, your macros are going to be different from mine. I'm a tall glass of water. I am almost 6 feet tall. My body's, I'm guaranteeing, probably different than yours. So your macros are going to be different than my macros. And I'm not going to say if I was over or under. I simply wanted to share with you what my macros were. So you can say, oh my gosh, that's too much, or oh my gosh, that wasn't enough, or like, just you do you, boo. You do you. Don't worry about me. I'm loving my significant weight loss. And so for me, I go back to what is sustainable, what is long-term, what is sustainable for you, for your weight loss journey. Is it sustainable to track every day, or is it not sustainable? And I have tools and techniques that I use personally of incorporating intermittent fasting with the ketogenic diet so I don't have to track every day, because I just don't. I'll do it for spurts and when I have weight loss stalls, but I really don't want to do it every day. really. And I get into that groove when I have to, not because I want to. So maybe you're in the phase of I have to right now, or maybe you're in the phase of I don't have to, but you pick what works best for you. But I did want to share with you that it was 31 grams of carbs, 31 carbs or 19 net carbs, depending on which flip of the coin it is. If you don't know what net carbs are, that's carbs minus fiber. I traditionally say if it's real food, as in meat, vegetables, things like that, count the net carbs. If it's packaged foods, because food manufacturers by the FDA can change up the labeling. If it's 0.9, they don't have to round it to 1. If it's 0.9 grams, they can round it to 0. So that can majorly impact how many extra carbs in a given day you may have if you're having a lot of packaged food. Particularly, by the way, creamers. Folks who are having powdered creamers, stop that. Go get some heavy cream. If you're having, go get some heavy cream is the bottom. Like, I know a lot of people have different types of creamers and stuff. Like, I would encourage you, get the real thing. Get the real thing. It'll make you feel so good and so excited. Have you signed up for my keto diet meal plan? It's down in the description link below, and I would love for you to get this free resource along with my intermittent fasting schedule. Make sure you smash that like button and click subscribe. And check me out next time for my next easy keto full eating day. Make it a powerful day. Bye, guys.